All right, we're going to be looking at VideoToPage. This is a content repurposer. Looks like it's got 13 reviews and it has about a 4.1 star rating is what it looks like. It's got some pretty good reviews. This is a content repurposer. There's been a lot of these that have come out this year. So we're going to go jump in and see what it can do for us. We'll just skip down to the pricing real quick just so we can kind of go over that. And then I'll jump right into the software, guys. License tier 1, 69 bucks, 5 hours of transcription per month. You're going to pull in a video or an audio and then it's going to transcribe that. And then you're going to go out and be able to create different content, blog posts, social media posts, etc. Right? So we've seen this before. Let's see how well this stacks up. License tier 2 is $149 and you get 12 hours of transcription per month. So you more than double, but the pricing is 70 and 70. So it also is more than double as well. License tier 3 comes in at $259, 8 hours of transcription per month. Kind of interesting, these numbers, instead of rounding it off to 30 hours or something like that. They're very, very specific in the amount of hours you get. So it sounds like they've really calculated this down to the T for us. License tier 4 is $459 for 65 hours of transcription per month. And then license tier 5 maxed out $809 for the lifetime deal. You only pay one time, 130 hours of transcription per month. So I'd have to go back to some of the other content repurposing platforms that I've reviewed this year and see how this stacks up as far as the amount of hours that you're getting. But just at a quick glance, 5 hours of transcription per month, it looks like 69 bucks. Let me go and just see if I can find another one real quick. All right, so I did find Alphana. We don't have the current pricing because it's not available anymore, but we know that it probably started around the same price. And you can see that this was only for 2 hours of video uploads per month. And then you had up to here, it went to 5 hours and then 15 hours. You can go back and check out my video, but that'll give you a good kind of idea of just a price comparison between another popular software that recently had just literally a month or two ago was on the platform. So, but just looking at license tier 1, 2 hours, license tier 2, 5 hours. And then we come back down over here real quick. For 70 bucks, you get 5 hours. So you're already kind of starting at license tier 2 compared to Alphana. That's just the one that I pulled right now. So that tells me that the pricing is pretty good. You guys leave a comment below if you guys think that this is pretty good pricing compared to what you've seen earlier on the platform with other tools. You also have a bring your own key feature implemented for OpenAI and Anthropic. So that's Claude AI. Good stuff. Let's go log in real quick. So I've already actually checked out the software. We've done one over here. And I got to be honest, I wasn't that impressed for what it could do with a review article, but we are going to go and run it again. We'll go take a look at this while we're running the other one. So let's go and do a new upload real quick. Actually, no, let me take you through this real quick because I want to kind of stay on track here. So this is basically what you get in. It only took about 5 minutes to transcribe. This was a 20-minute video. You can go into this editor over here. You can get a summary right here. You can get the SR with the timestamps. You can get transcription right here. This would be useful right here just as a transcriber in order to get all the transcription. And then you could go put that into ChatGPT or Claude and do further things with it if you wanted to. So even if you just look at this from just a transcription type tool, it seems to do a really good job and it's very quick at that. But we can go in here to info. There's some different things that we can do. We can actually select informative. We can select what tone we want the AI to write in. I'd like to see the ability to upload our brand voice. I'm not seeing that option. I'm gonna go over here to settings, product updates. Let's go over here, connect WordPress, connect Notion, connect. So you can connect your WordPress blog. I'm not gonna go through that. It's always, I always run into issues with that. I'm not going to grade the software based on if it can connect to a WordPress site or not, because it's just been up in the air with that. And I'm just kind of looking over here. So the AI will be used to generate summaries, outlines, system, custom. So if I select this to custom, provider, it's not letting us select anything right there. Model. So this is where you'll probably go and put in your custom APIs and so forth, and you'll be able to actually switch this to custom right there. This AI, the page AI, will be used to generate pages. You can also go in there and turn on those models as well, right? So we're going to be using the default right now. This is where you would add your provider over here. You'd select OpenAI or Anthropic. So I really do like this, and the UI looks pretty crisp, nice and clean. So let's go back over to the projects, and I just want to show you what this one did for us. We selected review article, I believe. Now we could come through here and we could select the generator right here and say, actually, we want this to write an introduction. We want this to write a step-by-step guide. We could add more, but this is basically what it's pulling for the prompt. And then I'll show you what we actually got for our output. We'll go to preview, and this is what we got for our output. It says comprehensive review of redactable software. I don't think it really did a good job with creating like a catchy title, an SEO title or anything like that. So I'm not very impressed with the title creator. Introduction, it does a lot of quotes in here. But one thing that I'm not fond of is that it says, welcome back to Learn Wire in this video. It needs to have a sophistication of here because we're going to be uploading YouTube videos, and we're going to be saying, hey, welcome back to this. Here's a video, or in this video, I don't even think I don't usually talk like that in this video. So I don't really know where they got that from, but certainly this needs to be improved because we don't really want this to read like it's being copied from a video. We want it to read like we're talking to someone and we're actually writing a blog post based on a video, right? And so not really too impressed with that. And then it says the focus will be on Redactable, a tool that promises it just reads really dry. This review aims to provide an in-depth look at the software. So it's just a lot of fluff and dryness. Not that impressed with the content itself. It's cool that it pulls in an image right there. That's a good image. We've got key features over here. It doesn't really, it's not creating a table, different things like that. So right off the bat, my first initial impressions is just I'm not that impressed with VideoToPage, the way that it can write for a blog post. We're going to go and do one more together. This image obviously would be deleted. We'd have to add a new image. Now, I have been being on camera more lately over the last a couple of weeks. You guys have seen me on camera, and I don't know how some of the other tools would perform, if they would be smart enough to pull when my eyes are not closed. So obviously this image wouldn't be good. Kind of hard to knock them for the images because it is just AI and it's just going to grab an image at around the same time from there. So, but definitely if you're on camera, this isn't going to work that well. One of the advantages of using one of these softwares for being a faceless tutorial or software review channel like myself is that the images that it pulls are always going to be pretty good images, right? Because you're not going to be on camera. You're not going to have to worry about what you looked like if your eyes were closed, things like that, right? And I think that you guys are going to see me go back to kind of just the not being on a screen for this channel, because I did do a test for the last 5 to 10 videos, and it doesn't really move the needle in any way as far as views. And this is a test that I think I've done before, but I just wanted to try it out again. I didn't get any more subscribers or any more views than I normally do, even when I'm not on camera. So the fact is that for a tutorial style channel like this, it really doesn't matter if you're on camera or not. So just kind of some food for thought for you guys out there. I know a lot of you also do software reviews and so forth. I like to be on camera and so forth, but the editing and the rendering of your video and all that, it does take a lot more work, and it doesn't seem like the payoff is there. And so I probably won't be on camera as much, guys, in case you're just wondering. So hopefully if you made it this far into the video, then you kind of got that little story on that. But you can see right over here, conclusion. In conclusion, Redactable offers a user-friendly blah, blah, blah. So there's just things that I noticed about the writing and so forth. Not that impressed. And then when we go over here and we look at the word counter, it only was able to do about 489 words for us. And some of this is not even actual words of content, and so really just not that impressed so far. But let's go and do one more. I'm going to go back over to my channel over here, and let's go pick one. Let's see how well it does with this one right over here. Actually, no, that's a 40-minute video. I don't really want to mess with that. Let's just see if we can do a AppSumo monthly review roundup. Let's just do that, and I'll go copy the link address here. We'll go back in to VideoToPage, and I'll go back over to new upload, and we will put that YouTube video in right there. I will say that it seems to gather, and it's able to grab the transcription. And I don't know if it's actually transcribing. I think it is. You can upload your video directly here, and you can also record or upload an audio file is what I believe that is. So we're going to go with the YouTube video. We're going to say generate, and we're going to go do another one. Now, while it is processing our video, we have some options over here. Like, what do we want to do with this? Okay. So the last one, just so you guys know, I used review because it was a software review, right? So I wanted to see a detailed review evaluation of a video content or related products. I wasn't that impressed. It didn't even write 500 words. So there are other things that we can do as well. You can see it's still uploading right now. You can do SEO focused articles. You can do marketing content, engaging content crafted for marketing and promotional use. Now, I'm not really sure. It seems different than a lot of the other ones like Alfana. That's just the one that comes to mind, but I know that I've done so many other of these reviews. And the deal is that with those other ones, the other one was VideoTap. There's another one that I went all in on. It seems to create all the content for you, and then you're able to just choose what you want to use. In this case, it's not letting us really do, select more than one thing. So I'm going to show you that right now. So it does say that it's transcribing. So hopefully it's using its own software to transcribe and not just taking the transcript that YouTube has. I think that would be poorly used in my opinion. They do have to have some form of transcription technology in here because we can upload our own video and get it transcribed for us. So I'm going to go and just out on a limb and say, hey, they are transcribing every video from scratch using their own way of doing it. So you've got your blogging. If you came over here and you selected tutorial course, for example, right? It's going to, even the button says tutorial or course right there. But then if we come back over to blogging, you can see nothing's selected. We can't select more than one thing. You can only select one thing. And that part is a little confusing to me because this is a content repurposer. We should be able to select multiple things that we want to do with our content. And I'm just not seeing that option. So that part is very strange to me. This time we're going to say long form blog post. This should be able to just do a really big blog post for us. So let's create this blog post by pushing that button right over there. It's going to go out there and create this. I'm going to go ahead and push pause. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. Looks like it's done with that. There's a couple things I wanted to point out. So you can actually have a chat right here and do some editing over here. So if I come in here and I ask the chat to do something, about the tone or something like that, then you can actually set that right here and you can actually regenerate everything. So you can get more of a personal tone. You can also do that by coming over here and go to informative. You could go over here and say friendly. Is there one that's, conversational, casual? We'll just go with friendly right here. And then I could also go, talk like you, or write, I guess. Okay, so write like you're telling your friend about this new software in first person. You can push go right there. And then it's going to do this right here. You can also come over here and you can add a section here, describe what your page should be about, manual setup right here. So there is a lot of custom right here that you are able to implement. Now you could also go in here and change wrong, if you have a misspelling, you can actually correct the name right there. So if it misspells LearnWire, then you could go and have it fix that as well. We'll come over here. What does it say up here? One of my favorites is flip link. Okay, so did it just redo the whole thing? How I'd share my thoughts about the new software. Hey, I just wanted to tell you about some really cool software. I'm not really sure I would use that. How's that sound? It's kind of weird because we clicked on the change wrong transcriptions and then now I can't get out of this right here. It says, how does that sound? So I'm not really sure what's going on right there. I'm going to say reset and regenerate right here. And so it should be able to regenerate that based on the settings that I just put. Now you can come in here and you can actually go into the instructions and change the instructions for exactly what you want to do with each section. I do like that option, but what I'm still not seeing is a place to upload like our brand assets, our brand voice, the full instructions on, I'd like just like a parent instruction area where we can say the entire piece of content should be written like my brand voice. Refer to, my brand upload where I can upload a couple of articles. It would really understand how I write and stuff like that and how I talk in my videos or how I, previous blog articles that we've published. I'm not really seeing the ability to do that. Okay. So now it's regenerating. It does take a while to regenerate. So when it's just not fast. Trying to think of anything else, like where is the button that will allow us to do something that's not just long form blog post. So if we go to add new page, is that where it's at? Add new page maybe? Okay, so we regenerated this. I wanted to go and let's see if we can hit the preview button on this. This is what it looks like here. A lot of images right here. And it is touching base on each one of these corners, an e-commerce site builder that has been gaining attention for its solid performance and user-friendly interface. It's received a rating of 4 stars. It just doesn't really, I don't know. It definitely is not doing as good of a job as me with my custom prompts in Claude, where I'm able to get an article that just sounds like I wrote it fresh. It has the tone that I want, the structure that I want, all that kind of good stuff. So come through here. I do want to see what the word count on this will be. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight all the way up real quick. It would be nice if we had a word count tally up here so we kind of knew what our word count is. Most people do aim to try to get at least some type of goal with their word count. So the long form blog post did a lot better. I'm not sure. We have these timestamps right here. I don't want that to be in the final publishing. Let's see right over here. Okay, so it did write a 2,000 word blog post, so that's cool. I'm just not seeing how we would be able to, let's say if we download this, there's advanced settings, export, nope, download, markdown pages, HTML. It's going to download it in a zip format right there. So I want to go back over here to the editor tool here. I did find out how you change from long form blog post. You go to change template, and this says this will reset the content of all the pages and the chat history between you and the assistant. So I'm still not seeing where we could, like, so all this work that I've done right here, I now lose it just because I want to go over here and maybe find something else that I want to do with this. Again, I really don't like that I have to, I basically have to start from scratch and start over. Let's see, marketing content. I'm going to select marketing content, change and regenerate, and let's see what it can do for us with marketing content here. We'll be right back. Okay, so I tried to mess around with it, tried different ways to change. I've even selected the different generators right here. And I got to just be completely honest, I might just be completely missing the point of this software. I don't know. I just don't understand it. I'm not able to create marketing content. At least I'm not seeing, even with changing the template, we already changed it to marketing content, but then all the content that it said over here is basically the same. The instructions remain the same. So then does that mean that I need to go and redo all the instructions on here? Even when I did select something different than what it said generic down here, where was it? I did this one, for example, TLDR. And so what ends up happening is you can go over here and you can say edit page. It's going to take you over to that section in the long form blog post, basically. And then you can see that it did change what it did for us right there. But it's not really, displaying this in a way that's like, okay, marketing content, here's your LinkedIn post, here's your this, here's your that. This is just very it's just not organized in the way that I would want it to be organized in order to be useful for myself. And at the end of the day, there's just nothing that really got me that I'm very impressed with. That's just me being completely honest. I think that you can tell that there was a lot of work that went into this software, but I just feel lost while I'm in the software. And that's just me being completely honest. And so I just don't feel like I could get the work that I need done. I don't see this as a time saver. The only way that I see myself using this is actually coming in here and grabbing the whole transcription and copying this, and then taking that and putting that into Claude AI, and then using my advanced prompts or project that I created, and then I could be able to create exactly what I want. I wasn't that impressed with images either. So at the end of the day, being that I've reviewed several of these types of softwares, by this time when you come to the game with a content repurposer, it needs to be as good or building off of and better than what you've previously seen. In this case, it's not really about the user interface, but it is about going from point A to point B to point C in this software. There really is, it's just very clustered. You come over here, there's so many different things you can do: reset, regenerate, add page, change template. There's all this stuff going on inside of here. And I did watch this, how to use the advanced AI. It didn't really help me along my way. You can see right over here, when I scroll down right here, there's a little bit of a UI kind of bug right there where this top over here is overlapping right here when I scroll down. Just at the end of the day, I don't really know how this software would be of use to me. So I'm going to leave it at that. Giving it a rating is kind of tough, but I'm just going to have to give this a 3 star, a 3 out of 5 star. There was nothing in here that blew my mind. I wasn't impressed by anything, even the writing of the AI. Now, I fully understand that there might be some very intricate things to do with the software. You can really fully investigate, and maybe you can use this software to your advantage and get exactly the kind of information that you want out of it. Then of course this might be a good software for you. But for people, for the everyday user that goes and picks this software up, I think they're going to feel like me. They're going to come in here, they're going to be overwhelmed. They're not going to really feel like they have a lot of direction on how to use the software. My biggest letdown was that it doesn't create all the different assets for you. You can't select more than one thing at a time. You select blog post, it creates a blog post. It doesn't really create the social media posts and a bunch of different things for you, right? And it doesn't do video clips or anything like that. So when you measure this software against VideoTap, Alphana, some other tools. Okay, so I was trying to search through. The other one I was thinking of is Minvo. This was an Opus Clip alternative, and I'm not sure if it did other content repurposing things, but I mean, we had a lot of these. We had Alphana, we had VideoTap was one of them that I gave it a really good score. We had Unifier that was a content repurposing tool. Looks like I gave that one a 1 star. Wasn't impressed with that one either. But then we had some that did really well. Alphana, I gave it 4 stars. Transcript.lol got a 4 stars. So you could see I definitely have reviewed my fair share of these content repurposing type tools. And I just wasn't impressed because for a long form blog post, I wasn't even impressed for what it could do with that. I did the AI writer and so forth out of the box. When we go to like video to blog and some of those other ones, it just did a way better job with the content and the writing, and something that I would be proud of, happy to publish publicly on my website. And VideoToPage, even at the most basic level, didn't even get to that level. So kind of kicked the dead horse on this one as far as explaining why I don't really like this software. But what do you guys think below? Let me know if you watched the entire review and if you agree with my analysis on this. This one I think is a pass. I'm not even going to put my affiliate link on this one. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next review.